Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're analyzing what is really a masterclass in hyper-specialized litigation,
It really is. We're looking at the strategy of a very specific law firm.
Bedsore law.
That's the one. And our mission today is to, unpack how their narrow focus translates into such rapid, successful results.
And we have a perfect case study for that.
We do. We have to start with the headline result. A $625,000 settlement.
$625,000. It was secured quickly, which is the key part of the story, Rob.
That's the key. The speed suggests their strategy is about more than just the injury itself.
Okay, so let's unpack the specifics. The case involved a resident named Joel.
Yes, in a California assisted living facility. And the sources are very clear this was not an isolated incident.
It was systemic. I saw he suffered 4 separate falls.
And that last fall resulted in severe facial contusions. Just awful.
And totally preventable, it seems.
That's the thing. What's fascinating here is that the paper trail. The facility had a documented history of failures.
Failures like what?
Understaffing and just poor oversight. And this wasn't just an accusation.
It was proven.
It was. There were repeated citations from the California Department of Public Health, the CDPH.
Wait, so these are official governmental findings of fact?
Exactly. And that's the genius here. They're essentially turning objective public records into a weapon in court.
Which explains the speed then. I mean, how does that lead to such a fast, high settlement?
Well, think about it. In neglect cases, the defense often tries to drag the process out, with lengthy discovery.
Right.
But those CDPH citations, they act as pre-discovery evidence. They basically establish historical negligence before the firm even steps into a courtroom.
So that immense pressure forces the defendant's hand.
It did. They agreed to the $625,000 settlement very shortly after the lawsuit was even filed.
That's incredible. And connecting this back to the firm's model, the specialization suddenly makes perfect sense.
It does.
Their main practice areas are listed as bed sores, fall injuries, and wrongful death. But why combine falls and bed sores? They sound like very different issues.
But they're not. They actually share the same root cause.
Which is?
Neglect. Both bed sores and falls often stem directly from the exact same failures. Not enough staff, a lack of monitoring, patients not being turned.
I see. So if you have the expertise to litigate one, the other comes from the same playbook.
Precisely. The regulatory mechanism of failure is identical.
And their philosophy seems built to help the people who need it most. I mean, they have that clear promise, no recovery, no fee.
That's crucial. It removes the financial barrier for families who are already vulnerable.
And I noticed they also have se habla español. So ensuring access.
It's part of their DNA.
Yeah.
And you see it in the client testimonials we looked at. People praise them for being, and I'm quoting here, incredibly knowledgeable about nursing home laws.
And for their relentless advocacy, I saw that phrase come up.
Yes, they're known for being determined against opposing lawyers. The model isn't just about the money. It's about forcing facilities to actually acknowledge their failures.
So the key takeaway for you listening at home is that this kind of hyper-specialized firm can leverage a facility's own public regulatory history against them.
Yes. They use those CDPH citations, the documented understaffing, to bypass the usual defense tactics and get accountability.
Which I think brings us to a really important final thought.
I think so too.
Go ahead.
Given the incredibly high cost of this kind of negligence, both human and financial, what is the larger sort of preventative role that this legal action plays?
You mean beyond just this one case?
Exactly. When you hit facilities with such clear high financial penalties, you force systematic change in a way that passive regulation sometimes can't. It becomes a powerful lever for improving care across the entire industry, something for you to consider.